Hello, everyone. Let me make sure that I can see your comments. Let's see. Well, we will get this figured out here in just a second. Whoop. Just love technology, right? Okay. Hello, everyone. I think I have it set up and welcome. This is Rustic Barn Cards, and I am Terri Hartley, an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Iowa. I'm so glad you're here, whether you're watching this live or the replay. Today is Tuesday, December 19th, 2023, and you know you're watching it live if you see live up in the corner. So please go ahead as you jump on and say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. I appreciate that. I also appreciate all of you that are watching the replay. Okay, well, today I'm going to be having my monthly card class to go. And I do this the same way as I do my in-person card class. And that is that it is free with a purchase. So again, this is my virtual online card class for December, but I run it the same way as I do my in-person. So all of you may watch, and then when you place an order with me, I will send you a card packet with bits and pieces and everything you need, not the stamping, but the die cuts and some paper and pieces that you need to make the cards that I'm going to share today. So, and again, you don't have to pay. I will send it to you free when you place an order with me. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that as we do our stamping. And there's also information in the description, whether you're watching on Facebook or watching on YouTube. And of course, I know that some of you like me to like to email me your orders or to call me, and that is perfectly fine. So I'm here to help you with your crafting needs. All right. Well, I think I'm going to turn the camera down because I do have a couple other things that I want to share before we start our stamping. So let me find that button so I can turn the camera down and we can talk a little bit about a couple of things. So I am going to be using the Cheerful Daisies. This is what I'm going to be using for today. And to make the online card class, we're going to be using Cheerful Daisies. And the cards are going to be birthday cards. But before we start that, let me move this aside. And I want to talk to you. Excuse me. I want to talk to you about my card club. Now, this is my card club for January 2024. And as you can see, it has some brand new products that will be in the new mini catalog coming out in January. So this is a monthly subscription, although you can try it just for a month, and that's fine. I'm going to be using the Hooray for Surprises stamp set and bundle, and it comes with dies. And there's a beautiful, beautiful paper, and it's called Lighter Than Air. And of course, with my card club, you receive about $25 in product, and then you also receive all the cardstock and everything to make these cards. And again, there's 5 projects. One is a 3D. And now, if you're already signed up for my card club, you do not. You're good to go. So, and the registration is going on now through January 10th. My cutoff is January 10th, and then these are shipped by the 21st, although December's monthly card club. That is ready and it will be shipped out tomorrow. So I'm going to get it out a day early. And I'm excited about that. So this is the cover of the new mini catalog that will be coming out in January. I cannot open it yet, but all the products for my January card club, again, which is a monthly subscription, and there's information in the description, there's information. That's what I'm trying to say. All right. Well, let me tell you another thing before we start stamping, and that is I want to invite you to join us for our online global retreat, and it will be February 9th through the 10th of 2024. And right now we have early bird registration open, and I have teamed up with 3 other demonstrators, Sarah from Australia, Connie from Canada, Louise from the United Kingdom, and of course, myself, Terri Hartley from the United States. And so this I can only send to the United States, but if you live in one of these other countries, you can reach out to them or reach out to me and I can make connections for you. So we're having early bird registration, and this is for the full online retreat, and you will receive a retreat to go that will be sent right to your house, and you'll have over $25 of product. You'll have make and takes, pillow gifts, live, and there'll be live demonstrations on a private Facebook page, tutorials. We'll have a kickoff party, an after party, and lots more, and prizes. Did I say that? So again, now this time we are going to offer 2 options. So this is for the full retreat, and but we're also offering another option if you want just the tutorial and the online access. So there again, there's a link in the description that you can click, and it'll give you all the information and details. All right, let's start stamping. So as I mentioned, we're going to be using the Cheerful Daisies bundle. And we're going to be using the dies on 2 of the 3 cards. So I'm going to lay that aside, and then I'm going to bring in our first card. And this is what you would receive. You would receive all these pieces in the mail, and you will receive 6 cards for my online birthday card class. By placing an order with me, you will have 6 cards. You'll get 2 of each of these, and I will send you this die cut, and then you'll have your card base, and you'll have your basic black, sweet sorbet, and then you'll have a layer that is embossed. Now, this embossing folder is not in the catalog. It's online exclusive. The basic 3D embossing folders, I love them. So this is the one we're going to use for the first card. I'll be using this for the last card. But there's 3, and again, they're only on the online exclusive. So let's go ahead and lay this aside, and let's do some stamping. And I'm going to bring in the sweet sorbet, and you have a label. You'll have that too, of course. So I'm going to start with the largest flower, and I'm going to start with the outline, and that's the one that has the kind of like ridges on the bottom of that. And then I'm going to go ahead and ink this up. I'm going to ink that up, and then I'm going to stamp. Now, it's a little tricky, I think, to get these lined up, but I've learned there's kind of a little fat leaf right here, or petal, I guess, flower petal, and I can kind of match it up right here. Now, or I'm sorry, I think it's this one right here. Let's see. Yes, this one's a little bit plumper, and so it goes right there with that plump one. So I may not get it exact, but we will do the best we can, right? And you just have to commit and and hope that it is okay. Now I'm going to be using these more than once, so I am going to clean my stamp off camera, and then I'm going to bring in, because this is a two-step, I'm going to be bringing in that will fill in the middle of the daisy, and I'm going to go ahead and ink this up. But I'm going to stamp off, and then I'm going to stamp on. And once again, I'm going to line it up using that kind of plump, this little plump petal that goes with that plump petal. And not too bad. I'm happy with that. And then we're going to go ahead and do the smaller. So I'm going to go ahead and ink this up. And we will get it lined up. I can see. All right. Then we're going to bring the one that's going to fill it in. Not sure why I don't have that stamp kind of in the middle. And then I'm going to go ahead and stamp off. Now you could do it full strength, but, and then I'm going to see if I can get this lined up. It's not quite as good as the first one, but it'll be okay. Then we'll close the red or the sweet sorbet, and we'll bring in pecan pie. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do the centers. Then I'll work on the leaves, and I'm not going to stamp this one because we don't need that. We're not going to be using that image. So I'm going to go ahead with pecan pie. And then there is a smaller one for the center of our other daisy. Now this stamp set, Cheerful Daisies, it's in the annual catalog, and it's on page 111. We bring in garden green. And the leaves back in here. And it is, so we will grab that. And then I am going to stamp this. And stamp that. I'm going to come back and get that a little bit better. And then there's a little leaf right there, so I'll just put some color on that too. Well, my computer's telling me I should check the stream on my social platform, but I'm just going to have to go with it and hope that everything is okay, right? And I guess if it's not, I'll be doing this again. All right, so what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to separate these pieces. So I'm just going to take my snips. Now you might have to snip again. I'll leave that little piece there. Well, I'm going to leave that because that's not going to be, you're not going to see this little stem. And I probably, the more I have of it, the more I'll be able to add some adhesive. So I'm going to set those aside. Let's bring our label in. And we're going to say, wishing you the brightest birthday. So I'm going to bring that sentiment in. Now, if you don't have the Cheerful Daisies, of course, you could. Hi, Denise. Good to see you. If you do not have the Cheerful Daisies, you could use any stamp set that you have, or maybe this is one that you want to go ahead and order if you want to have yours just like mine. So wishing you the brightest birthday. We're going to clean that. Now we're ready to put our card together. So again, you will get all of these pieces in your kit. So we're going to go ahead and fold our card base. And I've already scored it. And then I'll burnish that. And then we're going to bring in our 3 layers. And I'm going to go ahead and layer our sweet sorbet on our basic black. How you doing, Denise? I'm sure you are busy. It's a busy time of the year, December 19th. 6 days till Christmas. So I'm going to layer that sweet sorbet right on the basic black. And then I'm going to, now with your embossing, you have 2 sides. So you can decide which side that you want to add your adhesive to. Now we are going to make this card in landscape. So we have our 3 layers, and then, so it's going to open like this. And on my sample card, I popped up the sweet sorbet and the basic white. But you know what? Let's just go ahead and pop up all 3 of these layers. And then I will share my sample card with you. And when you place an order with me to receive these card kit for free, you will get all of the measurements and everything too. Now I always like to put one in the middle just so it doesn't sag. And of course you could add more dimensionals. But we're going to go ahead and I like to kind of lean it to get it, make sure that I have it where I want it. And I don't need to bring it over just a little bit more. There we go. And now we are ready. We're going to place our flowers. And you know what? I think I need one more flower. I think we need one more flower. Let's go ahead and bring in this little piece right here. And let me grab a scrap of basic white. And we are going to stamp right here. That's that outline. Then we are going to ink up the one that's, I'm going to do that one more time. We're going to ink this up because I felt like when I stamped off, I didn't get a really good image. Okay, now let's see. I probably didn't. So you just kind of have to turn it around and get it lined up the best you can and go with it. Good morning. So, all right. Let me bring in the cut and emboss machine. I'm going to bring this little one in because you can see it a little bit better on the camera. So we'll put plate 1 in. We'll put our cutting plate. We'll put our basic white with our image. And then we're going to get our cheerful. There's a lot of daisies in our dies. They have that label, that die that we're using, and there's lots of extras too. And then we're just going to go ahead and you just kind of turn it around. Now you can mark it too. You can put a little mark so you can decide how to, but I usually just kind of turn it around, and eventually, it's kind of like a puzzle, right? Eventually I will, maybe. Down here. Okay. And maybe we could just, seems like you just do this and then eventually it just falls into place. Or not. There we go. Think I found it. Okay. Now let me see if I have a little sticky note. I just like to do that because it keeps it right in place. Whoop. Okay. Now we'll just run it through, get it started. And let's see what we have here. And we have our flower. May not be perfect, but we are going to use it because I just think this card needs another flower on it, and that's what I did with my other one. So now we could fix that just a little bit. I think we can just use our snips. But there's no mistakes in crafting, right? Because you know why? Because we can always fix them. That is why. All right, let's go ahead and add our sentiment. Just to add a couple of dimensionals. We'll pop that up. And then we're going to turn this over, and I'm going to add right there. And I think I'm going to grab some mini because I do not want my dimensionals to show. So I'm putting them on the leaves. So I'm just going to go ahead. Whoop. You know what? We need to stamp the middle. We need to bring in our pecan pie and add the middle to our little flower. There we go. Now we can turn that over and we can add a large dimensional on this one. And then we're going to add a mini, a little place right there. And I think right here. All right. Now we are ready to finish up this card. So you will have all of the pieces plus this die cut piece, so you'll have to stamp on it. Now I am going to add a little adhesive to our leaves. And then I am going to just put that right under here, and then we're going to pop that up right there. And then we'll put this down here. And then I'm going to bring in some iridescent pearls. And if your order is over $50, then I will send you a full package of the iridescent pearls. Now, they are normally white, but I've taken my blends, and this is light and dark. They come in a set. And I'm going to take my red sorbet dark, and you just color right over it. Now, you do have to let it dry. So I'm going to be using the ones I colored earlier, but I want to show you how to do this. Okay. And you can always go back over and darken them a little bit after they dry. All right, let's bring in my take your pick tool. And I'm going to pick up, and I am going to add that down here. Going to add another one right here. So yes, you can change the color of your gems. I'm going to put that right here. And I think my wishing you the brightest birthday is a little bit not even, so we're going to fix that. Okay. So here is our first card, wishing you the brightest birthday. And then here is the sample card that I had. I just didn't add any gems to the first card. Only the first card, I adhered the basic black, and then I popped up the basic white and the red sorbet. And then this card, I popped up all 3 layers. So again, place your order with me by Friday, by the end of the day on Friday, December 22nd, to receive the card kit free, and you will receive the pieces to make 2 of this card and 2 of each of the others. So you'll have enough to make 6 cards. All right, on my second card today, I'm going to be using this beautiful paper, and it is not in a catalog. It is an online exclusive, and it is Meandering Meadows. And it's just beautiful. So you have a whole entire scene where you can just almost just, I mean, you can just cut this, put this on a card base, add a sentiment, and your card is done, right? And then the back side, um, they're each different. We're going to be using this one right here, but this is beautiful, beautiful paper. Okay, so this is our second birthday card, and this is what you'd receive in your kit. You would have your designer series paper cut for you. You would have a die cut out circle, a strip of basic white. You'll have your card base, which is boho blue, sweet sorbet, and basic white. So we're just going to go ahead and fold our card base. I'm going to bring in and burnish that with my folder. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to layer the designer series paper too. And I said that this was sweet sorbet, but actually this is melon mambo. So this is melon mambo with boho blue. And so then I'm going to go ahead and layer these two together. It's almost hard to put adhesive on this back picture of the DSP because it's so beautiful. So we're just going to line this up. And this time I'm not popping up the layers. I'm just going to add both of these layers to our card base. And again, you will get your card kit. It will have a card kit for 6 cards, 2 of each of these designs. Now this basic white layer is for the inside, so you can write on it. And this is my monthly online card class. And again, I run it just like I do my in-person, where it is free with a purchase. So you can get this card class free by placing an order with me by through the end of the day on Friday. Now I'm going to lay this aside because we're going to do some stamping. And let me grab my melon mambo. Now you could use any of the colors. You could use boho blue. You could use daffodil delight. So I'm going to come back with my large daisy. I'm going to ink that up. And I'm going to stamp this full strength, kind of right in the middle of that circle, just like that. Then I'm going to come back with the one that fills in, and I'm going to go ahead and ink this up. And I'm going to stamp off. Now, the only reason I'm stamping off is to get a lighter color. You don't have to. You could go ahead and, stamp full strength if you wanted. Come back with pecan pie. And this is the larger. You have 2. You have one for the smaller flowers for the inside and one for the larger. You could use crumb cake for the center. You could use pebbled path. There's lots of things that you could use. Okay, let's do our sentiment. And this time I'm going to change it for when this other sentiment's in the Cheerful Daisies. I'm going to use boho blue. And we're going to bring in that strip. And I'm going to use You Made My Day. And I'm going to stamp it over just a little bit, and I'll show you why. I'm going to bring in my snips, and then I'm just going to go like this and go like that, and just kind of did an angle with my, and you could also do it the opposite way too. All right, let's bring the card in, and let's go ahead and we're going to pop this up with dimensionals. Could probably get by with less, but this is a large circle. I think it's a 3-inch. So I will not send you any stamped images, but I'll send you all these pieces so you can stamp on them. And again, if you have a different stamp set, you can certainly use that too. And we will add just 2 dimensionals. And of course, you'll get all the measurements for all the cards. Because you might want to make more, right? Okay, well, I can either bring in, I think I'm going to bring in boho blue, and I haven't colored these gems yet with the boho blue, but I'm going to color, I'm going to do the small ones up here because you have 3 sizes. You have this, or no, 2 sizes. You have the small and then a larger size. And while that's drying, I'm going to bring back the dark, and I'm just going to go ahead and give all of these gems just another little coat with, and these are Stampin' Blends. And you can color ribbon too. Did you know that? With your Stampin' Blends. All right. So we're going to add boho blue. Pick that up with the putty end. And I'm going to put one right here. And one right there. And one right over here. All right. So this is our second card. Quick and easy. You made my day. You can go ahead and put happy birthday inside. You made my day. Celebrate. So here is my sample card. I just don't have any gems on this one. You can also add the gems right there. So again, this is our second card, and we have one more to make. So I'm going to bring in, and this again, this is what you would receive for this card, all of the pieces that you would need. You'll get some about 24 inches of ribbon. This is that silver and white ribbon, I believe it's called. You'll have your card base. You'll have an embossed piece from that embossing folder I showed you earlier. And you'll have basic white that I've used the trio punch on. And then you will get a scrap of basic white because on this card, I will be stamping, but you will not get the die cut for this one. So let's go ahead and fold our card base. And burnish that. Lay that aside. And then let's go ahead and bring this piece in and this piece in and do our stamping. And I'm going to move the ribbon out of the way so I do not stamp on it. We're going to be using, for this card, we're going to be using boho blue ink and Sweet Sorbet. So I'm going to go ahead and open up Sweet Sorbet. And this is another image with 3 daisies on a stamp in your stamp set. And I'm going to stamp that full strength right there on that basic white scrap. And then we'll die cut that out. And then on this piece here, we're going to put our sentiment. And we're going to use the same one we did on the first card, wishing you the brightest birthday. But there are several other sentiments in the Cheerful Daisies that you might want to use. So I'm going to ink this up. And I'm going to try to place it about in the middle. Wishing you the brightest birthday. Okay, so now we need to die cut this piece out here. So let me grab the dies, and that would be this die right here. You would lay it over like that and die cut it out. And I've already done that. And so here we go. Now, I'm not going to stamp it the middle of those, but you certainly could if you wanted to, but I'm just going to leave it just like that. Okay, now I'm going to bring my ribbon in next. And I am going to thread it. I'm going to thread it in here. So I'm going to go in from the front to the back. And then I'm going to bring this in because we are going to you know what? Let's try that again. I'm going to bring this underneath like this. I'm going to put the ribbon underneath the embossed folder. I think that would be the easiest. And then I'm going to go from the front to the back. Just like this. And then I'm going to go from the back to the front with the same piece right here. Just like this. And then I kind of want to make it even. So you can see that this piece is shorter than this piece. So we'll just try to get it about the same. And then I also want a little bit of my ribbon showing over here. So kind of like that. Does that make sense? Okay, then I'm going to add dimensionals on my tag. So you'll want to put the ribbon in first. It's really not hard. Just have to think. And we'll take the tops off. It felt like I put that too close to the edge, so we're going to add another one just a little bit higher up because we don't want any of the dimensional to show, right? Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to place this about right here. Pull on the ribbon. And then I'm going to tie a bow right here on the side. I love this ribbon. I think this ribbon is beautiful. And it is in our mini catalog that will be soon retiring, but it is carrying over. All right. So now you have this piece right here. So we're going to turn it over and we're going to pop it up on our card base. And then we will be adding our little flowers that we stamped and die cut out. So we'll take the backings off. Then we are going to bring our card base. It's going to be landscape. And I think this card with white on white, with a pop of boho blue and a pop of the sweet sorbet, I just think it is adorable. You can let me know what you think. I'm trying to get this lined up straight on here. And then we are going to go ahead and bring in our adhesive. And I'm not popping this up. I'm just going to add some adhesive right here in the corner because part of it's going to hang over. All right. What do you think? You like this card? Let me bring in our iridescent pearls. And I think we're going to go ahead and use the sweet sorbet. And so here is our third card, wishing you the brightest birthday. Here is my sample card. And so again, this is my online card class, and you will be receiving a card kit to make 6 cards, 2 of 3 designs. And so here are, let's see if I can get them on the camera. So here are our 6 birthday cards. And again, 3 designs, and you will receive 2 of each by placing your order with me by the end of the day on the 22nd. And I will send this kit to you free. I'd love for you to tell me if you like the cards. I hope that you like today's project. I would love to know, so leave me a comment. And again, this is my December monthly card class online, and I run it the same as I do my in-person. It's free by placing an order with me. Now, if your order is over 50, then I will, over $50, then I will send you a full pack of the iridescent pearls. Okay, there's more description in there's more information in the description. There's information in the description about my monthly subscription card club and information about today's project, the card class, plus our retreat that will be coming up in February. Today is going to be my last day this year for a video. So I'm going to be taking some time off for the holiday season, but I'll be back in January of 2024. And I want to say thank you to all of you who support my small business by placing orders with me, by watching me on Facebook, watching me on YouTube. I really appreciate that. And if you could reach out to one person this week and tell them about Terri Hartley at Rustic Barn Cards, that would be awesome. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider that by clicking that subscribe button. I want to wish all of you a wonderful holiday season and also wonderful holiday memories, especially maybe of people that aren't with you this year. Have a blessed holiday season. Take care. Bye for now, and I will see you soon.